where I want to thank Kampala Water for moving in very fast. Someone somehow had messed up a pipe, and the entire area we didn't have water. There are also now allegations, not proven definitely, that may be in some communities, that some staff, these are allegations, that some of your staff deliberately tamper with some of these infrastructures, and when the public, and General Manager, please emphasize this, when the public experiences a water shortage, so someone tells them, I know a staff in water, let's collect money so that they can come and work on this.
I think we've had cases of recent. We had a situation in Bulindo where some thugs, I would say, vandalized our infrastructure. So these things are also happening. That's another challenge we have, that it might not be a case of having no water or roadworks or the case of the projects we are doing. It's a case where someone has intentionally, for their own selfish reasons, vandalized the infrastructure. But some of the cases, what we've tried to do is work with the security agencies, and we've had to apprehend some of these characters. But also, that's why we're telling our customers, the cases of no water sometimes are not general issues. Some of them are localized. So when you have a situation where you have not had water for some time, and you approach our offices, then we're able to respond and investigate those cases. And like the case you mentioned, when we intervene, we're able to restore supply in those areas. But I think, I just put it on record, as far as the corporation is concerned, it is never our intention to make sure that we intentionally vandalize the infrastructure. In most cases, those are criminals that do that, and we've put in place systems. We're working together with the security agencies to make sure that we deal with such cases.
Now, you've mentioned of some projects underway. Of course, that is, I think, please, if you can have that plant again, the previous picture. Yes, that is the Katosi?
That is the Katosi system. Yeah, so we finished it in 2022, around July, and I think the situation before Katosi, if you remember, for me, I remember it very well, was very dear, especially the customers in Chira, Namgongo. Supply was always a challenge. So since we commissioned that project, the water supply situation in Kampala has greatly improved. Now, right now, Katosi has the capacity to produce 160 cubic meters per day. That's around 160 million liters per day. But with the to be able to do 240 million liters. So in terms of production capacity, we are very safe in Kampala. Now, the next phase of Katosi is to see how can we evacuate that water, because now most of there are the ones we are doing to make sure that we evacuate that water from Namugongo. We're putting a big booster around Kungu, and the works there are almost 40% complete.
So those are the pipes?
Those are the pipes. Then we're doing a very big reservoir in Kanyanya Hill. So the idea is to get water from Namugongo, boost it in Kungu, take it to Kanyanya Hill, then from Kanyanya is supposed to gravitate all the way to Wakiso. So already the works are taking place from the pipes you're seeing. We've laid close to almost 12 kilometers. We're supposed to do a total of around 72 kilometers of such pipes. So the work is progressing on very well. We're expecting another bunch of pipes end of next month. Now what we're trying to do is that we're not going to wait. The whole project is supposed to be completed.
And what is that?
So that's one of the reservoir, the booster stations we're putting in place to make sure that we boost the water, but also we have another big tank we're putting in Kanyanya as part of the project. So it's a huge project.
So the water is going to be collected around there then?
So we're putting it we are putting a big tank in Kanyanya. Already the progress is almost 30% with the tank. So once the tank is done and we carry water to the tank, then it's supposed to gravitate all the way to Wakiso. Customers on Matuga that have been having challenges will all be sorted out. So with that project, what we're trying to make sure to do that the project is supposed to be completed around August next year. We are already on track as far as implementation is concerned. What also we're intending to do, we have a phased commissioning. So we expect by end of this year, around December, January, we're going to have the first section commissioned. So it means that customers around Kasangati already will start consuming water as we complete the other sections of the project. So we are making good progress, and I'm very confident by this time next year, then all water supply challenges that we're talking about, be it Wakiso, be it Matuga, be it have been sorted out.
That is by next year, August.
August. That's when the project is complete. Even before that, already we'll be seeing a lot of progress in some of these areas.
Well, for the people of Kampala and Greater Kampala that have been having challenges, now from the general manager Kampala, it is just a matter of time. Because, of course, you know, for example, laying pipes, I don't know a kilometer, how long a time you will need. But also, general manager, one would want to know, we are having a heat wave.
Yeah.
And definitely this has affected, like you rightly said, people who had tanks that had water, now they have used the water in tanks. They're all looking at the water from National Water and Sewerage Corporation. People, because of the heat, definitely people are consuming more water in terms of drinking, facilities and all that.
They are washing their cars, they are gardening, they are, you know, so all those things.
So there is that demand.
Yeah.
Now, you've rightly said that we are producing enough water.
Yeah.
All we need is how to evacuate that water to the people. But also let's look at power, electricity. Where is the connection? Because sometimes you've seen, and of recent, we are seeing so much road shading. I don't remember, I think it was Sunday.
Yeah.
Almost the entire Kampala, there's no electricity. Now, is there a connection between water supply and electricity?
There's a very, very big connection between water supply and electricity. When you saw the plant we operate in Katose and even Gaba,
The Katose plant,
yeah,
yes.
all of them completely rely on power. So any power supply interruption we get of 1 hour, and we shut down the system for 1 hour, it takes us almost another 6 hours to restore the system to operation. So that's how challenged it can be when we have challenges of power interruptions. And now customers can argue that why don't you get standby what? Capacity generators for the plant. Now when you look at the volume of power demand we have
If
at the
you look
plants,
at that plant again,
it's,
how huge it is.
It is very, very costly to have standby what?
Generators.
Generators to run the plants. Now also within the network, we have a total of almost close to 30 boosters. they are referring to. And naturally, we've been using this prepaid solution for some time.
Okay.
So we use them, and we talked about the informal settlements where you have the urban poor, we use still prepaid meters. You load on your token, you access the service. So you basically, you pay in advance. Now, when it comes to the domestic consumers, it has been a bit of, we have adopted a different approach as a corporation, because unlike for electricity, for water, the technology exists, but it's still not cheap. It's a bit what? Costly. So we have to be a bit very cautious in operationalizing it. But we piloted in a number of places. We piloted in most of the large consumers, and realized that it provides convenience. It doesn't provide really the what. And like I think he has mentioned, most customers are asking for the convenience. Right now, the cost for a prepaid meter is going to around close to between $200, $300. So that's almost 1 million, or even if it's 800 million. Now, this conversion meter is costing 100,000. So most customers have been struggling to pay 100 what? Thousand. So very few be able to pay 1 million for a new meter. But what we try to do as a corporation, because a number of customers are demanding for it, we're thinking about giving an option. If you want, if you can afford it, you can pay 1 million, and you can meet the cost of maintaining that meter, then it should be possible. So we're exploring options of allowing people to have that solution if you want it, but it comes at a cost, which cost you should be able to what? To meet. Then for the rest of the Ugandans who want the service and able to, then it should be able to still continue utilizing the normal meters that we have.
This one, let's look at Geoffrey Sendegia. He says, please let your guest tell us when he said that all these water challenges will be done with, given the many projects you have shown us.
Yes, the big project we're doing is that one of evacuating water from Namugongo, laying the 72 kilometers, boosting it in Congo, putting a very big reservoir, almost 1 million liters in Kanyanya, and also we have another booster station in Kabulengwa. And then once we have that, then most of these dry pockets we'll be talking about will be dealt with. Like I mentioned, this project started last year, supposed to have taken 36 months. We are almost 30–40% progress, and we expect it to be completed in August 2027. So 1 year from now. So to be what? Everything will be complete. And once it's complete, it's assured that all the customers that are having challenge, the same thing we had. Remember when you talked about Katosi and areas of Chira, Namugongo, we're here on the same station and assured customers that once Katosi is done, the customers in Chira, in Namugongo will be sorted. And right now I can assure you, most of them don't even remember that they've ever had water supply challenges. Sure. So the same commitment we're giving to our customers in Wakiso, in Nasana, right now those that are challenged with the water supply chain, once you see those pipes we are putting in the ground.
If we can have them again,
once those pipes are completed and they are laid in the ground, by this time next year, August next year, we should be in a space where we're sure that water supply challenges are being resolved. So we have that confidence and assurance we're giving those customers that what we're experiencing right now are temporary challenges, but there are permanent solutions we are put in place to make sure that we are good as water supply in Kampala is concerned.
Very optimistic that when this is done, definitely we shall not have these water challenges. Like I told you, at least I can be a testimony to that. That well, I'm in an area where I can't tell when I last had a water shortage. Actually, the only time we had that is when someone had messed up and cut a pipe. But you were all thinking it was a general problem or national water, until we were told, but the next area, water is moving on properly. People having water, then said, but you people, then let's find out where the problem is, only to find a Ugandan who was trying to clear certain things and just messed up with a water pipe comfortably, not even bothered to report or let us know that actually I cut a pipe and I don't know if it is an offense, isn't intentional. My gate, you are doing this, then the pipe was damaged. So is there any offense?
No, I think tampering with infrastructure, because these are public assets. So any attempt to tamper with any of that infrastructure is criminal, and you should be what? Charged. So I think again we caution our customers, if you're upgrading your property and there's a pipe that is passing by, what you're supposed to do is notify National Water. We advise you on what needs to be done for that pipe to be what? Relocated or not to be affected. Because what people are doing is that you have a plot, you start grading your plot. Then in the process, you even grade the what?
The pipes.
The pipe. And then you affect so many customers. So the idea, the approach is that before you develop, actually suppose, especially in the city, supposed to first confirm that your plot, there is no pipe line or sewer line that is passing through your what? Property. Now, if it is there, then you approach our offices. We're able to advise you on how best that line can be protected. So you can have your development, but when the line is protected, or it can be relocated. But that location has to be at the cost of the developer.
Now, another question comes in here. Omugaga he says, naye mita ngaba zibba nnyo. Omukulu ayogere ku nsonga eyo. Literally meaning in English that there is so much meter theft. My guess should the General Manager Kampala Water comment on that. Yes. Yes,
I want to appreciate Omugaga for this concern. And yes, we're experiencing a very big challenge right now of meter theft, not just in Kampala, but across the country. But the most important thing is the intervention we put in place to deal with it. The situation was much worse, I think 3 months ago, but we've had a number of cases of arrests of people we've arrested who have been caught in a situation of stealing the meters. They've been stealing, most of them are stealing them to use them in the scrap yard. So we've caught a number of them. I think we've almost caught close to 10 culprits, and these have been charged. A number of them have even been imprisoned for the act. And this has helped to reduce the instances. What we're also trying to do is to go used. So we have a very aggressive approach. We're trying to deal with this issue, but again, we call upon the general public, especially our customers. We need to work together, because you see, a meter is at the property of the what? The customer. The way you secure your property is the same way you're supposed to secure the what? I'm not saying that you guard it, but that consciousness and community policing is very, very critical. So it has to be
just to let my viewer know that those are pipes that are being laid, and once that process is finished, then we are well sure that the areas that have not been receiving water will then be having water. It is a big job, looking at such big pipes laid for kilometers and kilometers. It is very clear that of course there are also some constructions inconveniences there. But it's
actually, one of the biggest challenges we've had with the project, one can argue, why should it take you so long to lay just a few what? Pipes. So one is, you see the access where we're putting them. Already it's a very highly congested what? Area. Space. You have to do a lot of compensation. So there are sections where we even put the pipe in the middle of the what? The road. Then we're doing this on alongside, again, road works that are taking place. So there's a lot of synchronization.
Some road works, that then your pipes are there.
So this process, buying pipes, getting them is easy, laying them is easy, but then there's a process of getting the leeway where you're going to put them is one of the biggest challenges we've had for this project. But again, we want to appreciate the communities, because we worked very closely with the community to allow us get the space where we're putting these pipes, and we're making very good progress. That's why I'm very confident by next year, around this time, the project will be complete, and all the areas that are right now challenged will be solved.
Now, I think this is going to be our last question. Please, Saurembo. He comes back and says, Nina mita ekola naye teri manya gange. I don't know what he's meaning. I think he has a meter. He's getting water. He's paying bills, but maybe it was got. He just doesn't want to come out. Maybe Is it possible someone can steal a meter and it works? Another.
I want to assume two things from his question. Maybe he got a property, but under a previous name, and maybe wishes to have that property now, the meter under his name. I want to assume that could be his issue. And if that is the case, then it's very easy. You come to our offices. You don't even have to come. You can communicate to us. As long as you give us proof that now you are the new owner of this property, then you can easily change the account into your names. But also if the other case where you have a meter but it's not registered, so it means that it's not legally registered, then again, if you come out on your own and approach us, then we can legalize it without any penalty. Now, if we find it ourselves, then again we penalize you. So if you can come out and say, okay, I have this challenge, this is what has been happening, then we're able to help you legalize that case. But again, if it's us who get you, then it carries a very, very heavy what? Heavy penalty.
Well, this one says, Robert, please don't leave my message. Why do they take our meters to Rugogo, and how long should I wait to get my meter?
Yeah, meters are like any machine, because you see they register the equipment. So just like you have a once in a while you have to service our meter. Supposed to inform you that we're picking your meter, and ideally we're supposed to replace it that very day. We pick it. So for cases to confirm that it's official, your meter has been taken, even tell you the recording of your meter by the time we took it. And then when we take it, we're supposed to return it that very day. But the purpose of that is to have that meter serviced so that it becomes, it keeps the same level of efficiency that's supposed to have.
Well, we cannot exceed this time. Okay, my producer has permitted me to have a few more questions. According now, this one says, my meter was taken saying I tampered with it, yet I didn't. And I'm scared to follow up. What should I do?
I think as a customer, no one should threaten you. You have a lot of what? You're empowered. But if a meter was picked and identified to be tampered with, we should be able to tell you what tampering we refer to. Another customer, if you say that it's not me who tampered with it, then again you should give us what? You should be able to provide a proper explanation or statement in that effect. So I would advise our customers, don't be scared to approach our offices. You can officially put your statement, but most people on our side are supposed to respond to your case as soon as possible. So I want to kindly request you, approach our offices with your statement, and then we'll make sure that this issue is urgently resolved.
Okay, well, anytime from now, we'll be having the budget dialogue that will be going on. So anytime I hand over to that live when it comes in, I'll just let engineer offset for us to go with that live. But in the interest that it comes, let me have your, that message that you feel you should leave with Ugandans.
One, for me, I just want to appreciate, I think we are privileged that we have a very responsive customer base in Kampala. They challenge us, they put us to put us on our toes, and they push us to make sure that we give them a better service. Now, as a corporation, we have all the commitment to make sure that we give you the service that you deserve. What I've mentioned, the corporation has put in place systems and infrastructure to make sure that we meet the demand for Kampala. The challenges we're facing right now, I would say they are temporary. And like I mentioned, what I didn't talk about, we've already done some bit of short-term interventions within the city to make sure that as we wait even for the project, there are areas that are addressed. So there's all the commitment from the corporation to make sure that we give our customer the best service that they deserve. And we want to request any customer that has any challenges, please don't hesitate, approach us through the different platforms. We make sure that your issues are responded to and they are addressed.
Well, National Water and Sewerage Corporation assures you that they will respond to all your questions, and please ensure you go and have that at the right time and the right venue. Most of the times of late, we run to social media instead of following the right, and sometimes you don't get actually the answers you need, because when you just get there, you won't really understand what or get the answers you're supposed to get. If I post something, we don't have water in Namugongo, TikTok, but if I go to National Water and Sewerage Corporation or Kampala Water, what is your website, the easiest way people can get to you, please, General Manager?
Actually, for us, we try to make sure that we are available on all platforms. Even when you have an issue, you can approach us on our social media handles. We'll make sure that we respond to every issue, to every customer as soon as possible. So we encourage you, approach us. We have an exact handle, Facebook still available, Instagram, all the social media platforms of the corporation are available, even on our website, but also we have even a contact center where if you have any issues, any concern, we'll be able to address it. In Kampala, we have close to 60 service centers, both in terms of branches and sub-branches, which are also available. At any time, we open, always, our offices are open at 7:30. We close close to 7 p.m., we're still open. So anytime you come to any of our offices, we'll be able to deal with your issue. But right now, we don't expect people to be working even in offices, because then we can deal with your issues even online. Yeah.
Well, anytime from now, we'll be going to Hotel Africana for the National Post-Budget Dialogue. I just want to wish you the best of your day as you enjoy the Post-National Budget Dialogue happening at Hotel Africana. Let's take a break.